Good evening, Ajay sir. Dr. Chanchana Jain ma'am, have you joined the meet?
Good evening, Renuka ma'am. Good evening, all participants. Chanchala ma'am join कर रहा है within a minute.
हाँ ठीक है सर. Thank you.
Good evening, Chanchala ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Ranuka ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening to all the participants. I, Renuka, Vice President, Research and Innovation Wing, Telangana Chapter. Welcome all the participants to the day 4 of a step-by-step guide to write a good research paper. And today's topic is application of Excel for quantitative data analysis, organized by Research Foundation of India, RFI-CARE, in association with Faculty of Commerce, Parul University, Gujarat, Bhagwan Parshuram Institute of Technology, Delhi, sponsored by Ekalavya University, Damo, JHERF, World Virtual Conference Forum, World Federation of Science and Technology, International Research Guide Federation, Academic Research Guide Association, Edu Academia, and today we have an eminent subject expert in the field of data analytics, Dr. Chanchala Jain ma'am. It's my honor to present the profile of Dr. Chanchala Jain ma'am. Ma'am is an author, research expert, and academician with an experience of more than 11 years in management and commerce as an assistant professor. She is a co-founder of Urja Counseling and Training Indore. Presently, ma'am is working as assistant professor in Prestige Institute of Management and Research, Indore. She is also the coordinator of IQSC at Prestige Institute of Management and Research. As a research expert and trainer, she has conducted many workshops and FDPs on SPSS module, research paper writing, and analysis through R programming. Recently, she has completed one research project related to the medical field, which has been presented before the Central Ministry. She has chaired and co-chaired various conferences. She has rich experience of more than 10 years in research field, and with this she has more than 42 research papers published in various Coopers national and international journals. She has also presented research papers in more than 20 conferences and won 5 Best Paper Awards at JIMS Delhi, Pacific University Udaipur, and 3 in Prestige Institute Indore. 4 research scholars are pursuing their PhD degree under her able guidance. She has also guided more than 500 students in their major and minor research projects. As an author, she has written a book on crucial problem of our society, along with a co-author titled Atmahatya Kyun. Ma'am, it's my honor to welcome you to the day 4 of the FDP program. The stage is yours, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ranuka ma'am. I
Thank
hope
you, ma'am.
I'm audible. Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you're
Yeah.
audible.
Yeah. Thank you so much for introducing me with the lovely
Thank you.
participants. So before starting the session today on the application part of Excel, firstly, I want to extend my special gratitude to Ajay Jain sir, to the entire RFI family, all the members, and Saurabh Jain sir for providing me this opportunity to be the part of this FDP, this 10 days FDP. So with this, I hope I can start the session. Right, ma'am? Ranika, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, you can.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So good evening, all the dear participants present over here on this platform, on this online platform.
Good
Today,
evening, madam.
good evening, Tapasya. As the agenda of the day today, I need to discuss the application part of Excel in the data analysis. So I think this is the 10 days long journey, and today we are at the 4th day. Till yet, you people have understood that how we can formulate the problem, how we can identify the problem. Then you have also seen that what is the literature review and how you can write the literature review for your decided topic. Sometimes literature review also helps us to find the even research topic also, and it guides us to formulate the problem also. Then you have seen the research design. That is the major or the important part of any research paper, because if your research design is very strong, it will always help you or guide you in a proper manner to achieve your desired results or achieve your results as per your objectives. So further, I think you have also seen that how you can develop a questionnaire. Questionnaire can be the combination of various skills also. Maybe it can be the combination of the different sections also. So as per the need, as per the topic, generally, any research scholar or any researcher can formulate the questionnaire also on the basis of set objectives of the study. So I think so far you people are now equipped with that till now how you can gather the data, because after the questionnaire you will have the data set, and on that data we will perform the analysis. So firstly today I'll discuss the application part of Excel, and then I'll take you through the Excel and show you that how or what things we can perform in Excel to analyze the data. So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. Anyone will confirm me whether my screen is visible
Yes,
or not?
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
it's visible.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. So in the application of Excel or the application of Excel in data analysis, firstly I'll discuss the term analysis or the data analysis. So generally when we talk about data analysis starts with the data collection, and then after data collection you need to clean the data first. That means we need to check whatever data we have collected on the several variables, on the several questions, or on the several items, whether they are appropriate according to the need or not. We need to check whether there is any duplication in the data, whether there is a repetition in the data points. We need to also find whether there is some missing values available in the data or not. So that way, we need to firstly clean the data to apply any statistical analysis on such kind of data which we have collected. After cleaning of the data, the second step comes of the transforming of the data. So firstly, means when I talk about transforming of the data, here I'll let you clear this thing in a two particular way. The first thing, maybe whatever the data file we are having, the data file which we are having the data in, that we need to firstly see that what is the format of that particular file. Sometimes it happens we want to import a data file in any particular software, but might be possible that the particular software is not supporting that kind of file or something like that. So in that case, firstly you need to change its format. So that way, that is a file formation. Second thing, sometimes it happens we transform the data also, means we transform the variables also. So according to the need, or according to whatever is possible with the available data, we can transform our data. We can change the form of the data from one data format to other data format. We can change the format also according to the need and the permissible limits. We can do that. So that way we are now ready with the data points or data sets. So after that, we can apply the analysis on the particular data according to the objectives. So I think in upcoming 2 days, you will also understand that hypothesis testing and these things. So, but here for making you explain about these things, I'll take some of the examples. Say for example, means before performing analysis, we need to be very clear that what type of analysis we will carry on a particular data set. So that is depending upon the objectives of the particular study. If you want to find the significant mean difference, in such case, we can go for the t-test or we can go for the z-test. Similarly, we want to find the relationship between the variables. In that case, we can go for the correlation. Then, if we want to find the impact of one variable on other, in that case, we can go for the regression or the other thing. Similarly, if we want to find the patterns in the data, if we want to find the structure in the data, so many a times we can apply factor analysis also. So it is depending upon your objective, and then according to your objective, generally a person make the questionnaire and then collect the data, and then again go back, and then again we will take a reverse, and then we will see what objectives we have set, and then according to those objectives we apply the analysis or statistical techniques on the data to analyze the data and to achieve the objective. So this particular process is known as the data analysis process. So I hope I'm clear on this point. Yes. Oh, any confirmation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Your slides are not moving though, ma'am.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am on the slide number 1. That is data analysis. Is it visible or not?
Ma'am,
No,
can you
ma'am.
make slides bigger in PPT mode?
They are on the
Maybe
same mode, sir. They are on the PPT mode only, slideshow mode only.
Slideshow is not there, madam.
Okay.
You're not able to see a slideshow.
Ma'am, once
just you are
you close it and again switch it on, ma'am.
Just a minute.
slideshow mode is not there.
Just a minute, sir. Again, I'm sharing. Give me a second.
Yeah, madam. Then it will be better, madam.
Yes. Now,
No,
Yes,
it is
ma'am,
not
but not in the slideshow mode, ma'am.
it is again not in the slideshow mode.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
do F5 only.
So-
F5.
Ma'am, I know that thing because the problem is something else. Give me a second.
They are saying only ki
That is not the problem. I think problem is of sharing of the screen.
Ma'am, you share complete screen.
That is
So
why I
it
think
may-
I need to share the complete screen. Just a
It
minute.
may be the problem of the laptop, I think.
No, it is not the problem of laptop. It is the problem of the sharing permission. I need to
Sharing
share
permission.
my entire screen shot, probably.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Just a minute. Yeah. Is it now visible
Yes, ma'am.
properly?
It's clear, ma'am.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that
Fantastic.
means
Fine.
we need to share the entire screen. That was the mistake I made. Yeah. So I have discussed here the process of data analysis. After cleaning, transforming the data, we can apply the different statistical techniques on the data. So I think now I am moving to the next slide. Please confirm me whether the next slide is visible or not. In next slide, you people would be able to see the screenshot of the Excel sheet. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, madam.
Yes. Thank you. So now here I'm showing you, although I know this thing, I'm 101% sure that every one of us, those who are here and attending the session, they all know how or what is the look of Excel and how we can work with Excel. I'm only here to help you out to understand the statistical part of Excel, right? So here I have taken the screenshot of the Excel firstly to discuss the few basic things about the Excel. So here you can see when we talk about when we talk about Excel, generally this particular ribbon, this particular section is known as all the menu would be contained in this particular section. All these tabs, when we will select a particular tab, it will lend us to the particular bar containing all the features related to that particular tab. And suppose you can see here we are at the home tab, and this particular ribbon is showing us all the features of the home tab. Coming to this particular Excel sheet, you can see that there means this particular thing is known as workbook. Workbook means which can contain more than one worksheets, right? So here we can insert a number of worksheets as per our requirement. So here, suppose this particular sheet would be visible to every one of you. generally A, B, C, D, these are the columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, these all are the rows. So this way, if we are entering any particular data here, it would be visible to us. And suppose if I'm entering the data in A1 means it is showing us this would be the variable, means column would be the variable and row would be the respondent. So that way the data would be data would be what I can say, that way the data would be entered in a particular Excel sheet. So this would be the form of Excel. Now using various features of Excel, we can perform various kinds of things on the data. We can using the sorting feature, we can arrange the data in the ascending or descending order according to the need of ours. We can also use the conditional formatting here. We can filter our data. Also, we can use various other features to perform the analysis on the data. So, before proceeding that how Excel works, firstly, we need to know a very basic terminology, which is the very important part of any data analysis. That is a variable. Generally, variable is what? It is an entity, or it is a particular object which can accept any value. That is, or the simple definition is which varies, is variable. So broadly, we can classify variables into two categories: dependent variable and independent variable. So dependent variable means a variable whose value is depending upon the other variable, and that other variable is known as independent variable. Means independent variable can take any value, and according to the value of independent variable, the value of dependent variable changes. So this way, these are the two important variables which we generally use in the Excel part. Talking about in our daily routine, we are knowing actually means just a minute. Generally, for all types of entity or all type of objects, generally there are certain measurements available. Through that, we can measure those things. But when we talk about the variable, so in case of variable, there is a dilemma. There is no proper measurement scale, or there is no proper measurement technique available to measure those variables. So in social field or in the social sciences, generally we are dealing with the variables. But how to measure those, we are not clear. So for the purpose, there is a measurement scale concept introduced in the research. Using this particular concept, we can measure the variables. So these measurement scales are broadly classified into the 4 categories: nominal scale, ordinal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and the ratio scale. So when we talk about nominal scale is a very basic scale which is generally used for the categorization purpose, or which is generally used for the identification purpose. The very simple example for the nominal scale I always discuss is the gender. Suppose if I am asking the gender of the respondent, so that way, if suppose my study is only confined with male and female, so it is quite obvious that I'll collect the data from male and female, and that way those persons will mark their gender maybe as a male or female. So for the analysis purpose, because for performing the statistical analysis, generally we need to convert or code our data with some numbers. We need to convert qualitative data into quantitative data. So as gender is a qualitative phenomena, so there is two categories as per my requirement, that is male and female. So we can quantify those data. So in case of male, those things. Suppose I can give 1 to male and 2 to female. So that means 1 and 2 which we are using here, that is only for the identification purpose of the categories of gender. Say for example, if I say 1, so 1 means it is quite clear to me that 1 stands for male category, and if suppose 2, it stands for female category. So that means there is no meaning of 1 and 2 in case of nominal scale, and they are only used there for the identification of the categories. And we cannot say this thing in because as 1 and 2 are numerical, but in case of nominal scale, we cannot even compare 1 and 2. Means I cannot say that 2 is greater than 1 or 1 is less than 2, because I am knowing this thing that 1 is male and 2 is female. So that is the biggest thing we need to understand in case of nominal scale. Further, the second type of scale is known as ordinal scale. So this is a step ahead. Means it will have the properties of nominal scale also, and apart from that it will have its own characteristics or feature, that is ordering. So apart from categorization, it is also having the rank order. Say for example, always I explain one example to understand ordinal scale, that is height. If I am measuring height in terms of tall heighted people, medium heighted people, and short heighted people, so that way I can categorize also that these are the short heighted people, these are the short heighted people, these are the middle heighted people, and these are the tall heighted people. And also there is a proper order can be maintained: tall, medium, and short. So that way it is a descending order. Or I can say short, medium, and tall. So that is a ascending order. So always in the ordinal scale, categorization is always there, and also along with that order would be maintained among the categories. Next scale is the interval scale. So interval scale is also having the features of its previous scale, that is categorization and rank ordering, and also it will have its own feature, that is the equal distance between the categories. To make you understand interval scale, the best example is the temperature, because we are knowing generally if we are measuring the temperature on the Celsius scale, so we are knowing, suppose as I said, there would be equal distance. So we can easily say that 15 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius, the difference would be 10 degrees Celsius. Similarly, 65 degrees Celsius and 75 degrees Celsius, again the distance or the difference would be, that is 10 degrees Celsius. So the distance is equal among all the points of the scale. But when we talk about interval scale, in this particular scale, there is an arbitrary zero. Arbitrary zero means it is the zero which we have kept on a particular scale to decide upon these different distances. Say for example, when this particular temperature scale, Celsius degree scale was developed by the experts, so they have arbitrarily kept zero on a particular point. So that way it is a 0 degree Celsius. But meaning of this arbitrary zero is that even at that point, the main characteristic of that temperature would be available. So the characteristics of temperature is what? We can either feel hot or we can either feel cold. So at the 0 degree Celsius, we can feel cold. So that means still there is no absence of actual characteristics. 0 means it should be zero. zero means it should be absent. The temperature should be absent there, but still it is present there. So that way it is a arbitrary zero. Now to overcome this particular thing, we are having the last scale with the name ratio scale. So ratio scale will have all the features of the remaining scales and its own feature, that is the actual zero. So at the ratio scale, there would be the actual zero. Say for example, if I say income of a person, so might be possible there I can find a person whose income is actually zero, right? So that way these are the four various scales which helps us to measure the various kind of variables which we are using generally the social sciences or the social science research. So I hope I am clear on this point. Yes, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Moving ahead, talking about Excel. So what things we can do using the Excel? So using the Excel, we can arrange the data. As I have shown you, we are having the spreadsheet. In that there are various columns and rows are there. So according to the data collected by us, we can arrange the data in that particular format. After the arrangement, we also can perform the manipulation. Many a time it happens if we want to manipulate the data, that thing also we can do in the Excel. So any kind of manipulation we can perform in the Excel on a particular data set. Using Excel, we can also go for the visualization of the data. So using Excel, we can draw or we can insert various types of graphs. So those graphs, again, depending upon what type of variable you are having. So according to your type of variable, you can go for the data visualization. Lastly, mistakenly, it is arrangement. It should be the analysis part. So after that visualization, if we want to perform certain kind of statistical analysis on the data, that also we can do on the data. Further, features of Excel. So Excel is having various kind of features which helps us to analyze the data and to arrange and manipulate the data. So the very important feature of the Excel, the first feature is the pivot table. Using the pivot table, we can summarize the data, we can arrange our data, we can perform certain types of conditions, and that way we can arrange or summarize our data using the pivot table. Talking about the data tables. So data tables generally using the conditional formatting, etc. Using performing the what if analysis, etc. We can generally create the data tables also. Further, statistical functions and formulae. So we all know this thing that in Excel there are various types of functions available, which helps us to perform a particular analysis on the data. And lastly, we are having the data analysis toolpack. So using this particular toolpack, we can perform certain kind of statistical analysis on the data. So that I'll show you when we will move to the Excel. Now, talking about charts. So if we want to insert any kind of chart in Excel, what we need to do? We can select the range of the data and then we can go to the insert tab and we can select the appropriate chart according to the data we are having, and that way we can insert the chart. According to our need and according to whatever changes we want to make in the data, we can insert the chart. we can modify the chart out also in the inserted chart. Talking about the conditional formatting. So this is another aspect of the SPSS of the Excel using this conditional formatting. Generally, we can highlight cells rules, we can color skills, we can use data bars, we can use icon sets. So once we will go to the Excel, I'll show you these are the varieties of the conditional formatting available, which can help us to do certain kind of formatting on the data set available with us. Now talking about the methods of data analysis in Excel. So generally we can concatenate the two sets or two columns. Suppose there is some text available or some data points available in two different columns, and we want to bring them in a single column. So using this concatenate function, we can concatenate, we can append those two different data points or two different text. Len function will help us to calculate the length of the particular text. Count A will help us to calculate, because this thing I'll show you when we will move to the Excel. So count A will help you to find or count all the cells which are containing the data points. Average is what it will give you the average of the conditions, means whatever condition in the particular range we will provide to the Excel, it will give or it will return us the average of that. Similarly, sum ifs will also provide us the sum of the ranges on the basis of particular if conditions. So that way, these are the basic functions which we can use or which can help us to perform particular statistical analysis on the data. Apart from that, you can simply use the median function, you can simply use the average function, then STDEV, that is standard deviation function, Correl function. So these are the various other functions which you can use to analyze your data. Now, talking about the types of data analysis with Microsoft Excel. So as I said, using this sorting will help us to sort our data to we can arrange our data in a particular order, that is ascending or descending, using this particular sorting option available in the Excel. Filtering will help us to filter our data. So according to this filter, whatever types of data we want to see at a glance, that we can select using this filter. Conditional formatting, I just said to you, according to a particular condition, it will do the formatting on the particular data points. Chart will help us to insert charts, means this would be the data visualization part, and lastly would be the data analysis toolpack. Now, how to add data analysis toolpack in Excel. So generally, this is the process of adding the data analysis toolpack in Excel. So that I'll show you when we will move to the Excel. So this is all from my side for the theoretical aspect of the Excel. I hope it is clear. Now may I move to the Excel?
Yeah, madam.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I'm trying to increase its size so that it would be visible to everyone. Yes. Anyone will confirm me whether the screen is visible or not. I have shared the Excel sheet with all of you now.
Yes, ma'am,
Visible.
it's visible.
Visual, madam.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, sir. So here what I'll do, I'll explain you. Here suppose we have collected the data, as I have taken a very small data set here, so that you can easily see it and we can easily analyze this data. So what I did here, suppose we have asked to some number of people, that is 12 participants we have taken in this particular survey, and we have seen their satisfaction level on the 6 products, right? So the range of the satisfaction or the scale which we have used was the Likert scale. So in that there are 5 points. very satisfied, satisfied, neutral, unsatisfied, and the very unsatisfied. So now you can see at looking at this particular table or the Excel, it is quite clear some of the data points or some of the cells are blank. Like this, you can see it is also blank, it is also blank, it is also blank. But I think when we talk about this particular data set, but this particular data set is very small data set, it is quite clear. So that way we are easily finding that these particular cells are empty. But what if we are having a data which has more than 1,000 or more than 5,000 data points available? In such cases, it is quite cumbersome, it is quite difficult for us to find the empty cell. But using Excel, you can do that particular exercise very easily. So I'll let you know how you can perform that. That means here we are doing the cleaning part, or here we are doing the counting part of our data. So what you can do here for the purpose, I have taken here few things: non-blank, blank, and the total. So that way here we want to count the non-blank cell in the first column. Similarly, the blank cell in the first column. So here what you need to do, suppose I am coming here and writing count and then selecting this A. So you can see once I have gone this count A, it is showing me counts the number of cells in the range that are non-empty. So as I said, when I was showing you the PPTs, or when we were looking at the conceptual aspect of Excel, I have told you this thing, that using the count A, we can calculate, or we can count all the non-empty cells of a particular range, right? So here I am selecting this count A. Now you can see it is asking us the value. So here you need to pass on the range. So I am passing the range here, closing the bracket, and pressing the enter. So I hope it is clearly visible to all of you that I have this way I have calculated that how many of the cells are non-empty in a particular range. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So that way this is known as the counting of the blank cell. Coming to the next, pressing the equal sign, writing the count blank. You can see it is giving us counts the number of empty cells in a specified range of cells. So I am selecting this again, giving the range, closing the bracket, pressing the enter. So in this way we can find total non-blank. That means the entry in total 11 cells there is entry, proper entry, but in one cell or there is no entry, that is one cell is blank. So this way this can help you to calculate the missing value of your data. Coming to the next, putting here equal sign. Now I need to calculate total values, so that way it is sum in brackets, the range, and then bracket close and enter. So it is clear, total 12. I hope it is clear to all.
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
Thank
Now, thank you, sir. So now what I need to do, I have done this particular practice for the product number 1. If suppose I want to perform the same process for the remaining columns also, so either suppose if I am dragging it to the next column, so you can see it is showing us the all the cells which are non-empty. So I can drag it till the last column. Fine. Similarly, I can drag it to the last column, and then I can drag it to the last cell. Is it clear? I hope there is no problem in this.
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
No problem.
So yeah, thank you so much, sir. So now I think missing value calculation is very easy using this count A and count blank. Coming to the next. Suppose now I want to calculate the categories, that how many of the people are saying that they are very satisfied, satisfied, unsatisfied, very unsatisfied, or neutral for a particular product. So for the purpose, I have made the second sheet. Visible to all?
Yeah, madam.
Yes. So now, to calculate this, what you need to do, I am coming here. Now, putting here equal sign using the count if. There is a difference in count if and count ifs. If you are passing only one condition, you need to use count if. You are passing more than one condition, criteria. In that case, you need to use count ifs. So here I am only want to count on the basis of a single condition. So here you can see count if is demanding. We need to provide the range and also we need to give the criteria. So what I am doing, firstly, I am selecting the range of the first column. That means I want to count from this particular column. And what I want to count? I want to count how many of the people are very unsatisfied in the column. Pressing, closing the bracket, pressing enter. May I press enter? Is it clear?
Yeah, madam.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see it is giving us 2. So although, just a minute, I am coming to this using the filter also. Filter is also helpful for us for this particular thing. Here you can see when I click on this, closing this, selecting the very unsatisfied, it is showing us 2, right? It is correct?
Exactly.
Yes. So this way we have kept, we have used the check on this particular thing that the formula is working properly. Now, suppose if I want to drag it to here, can I? Now I want to see how many of the people are unsatisfied here. So although you can see there is no one who is unsatisfied with the product 1. And the formula which we have kept here, it is count if. You can see the formula bar, it is showing us count if B3 to B14 and A16. So it is correct. Condition is correct. Unsatisfied we want to see. But the problem is with the formula. What is the problem? Can anyone tell me? What is the problem with the formula? Anyone?
That's unsatisfied has to be considered.
Sorry?
Unsatisfied has to be considered.
Okay, okay, okay. Anyone else?
Move on slash drop.
Not equal to is not there. Very
Okay. Yes, ma'am, please. Strong, very correct. I think I don't know who is saying because I am on a screen, Excel screen. I cannot see or I cannot understand. Professor?
Professor Sean.
Shuang.
Sean.
Sean. Okay. Yeah. So, sir has correctly said there is a problem of range. As you can see, when we are looking at the formula bar, it is giving us B3 to B14. And our data check should start from B2 to B13. Right? So, what is the problem? Because we have dragged this particular cell formula to the next cell. So, that way, due to the relative referencing, it has increased 1 point from B2 to B3 and B13 to B14. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yeah, madam. Yeah, madam.
So now what you need to do, I'm coming here and using the F4 or function F4 key, I am making static the number. That is the row I am making static here. Again, 13 I am making static. Now you can see, although there is no change in this particular, just a minute, I need to drag it also. Yeah, I think you can check now. Now it is very correct. B2 and B30 range is correct. Clear to all? Done?
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
please repeat it out?
Done.
Okay.
Can you
So, ma'am,
please repeat
yes,
it out?
I'm repeating. Just a minute. I'm repeating. What I did, I'm deleting this, ma'am. Again, I'm repeating for you. I'm deleting this also, right? Using equal sign. Now writing count if. Now selecting the range. This, right? Coming to this 2 or coming before the 2 and use the F4 key from your keyboard or function F4. It may be F4 also, it can be function F4 also. In my case, it is I can use it by the F4 directly. So once I am once I am using using F4, you can see it is showing us the $sign before the B also and 2 also. But I want to keep it before 2 also because I want to freeze the row number. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Again coming here, then pressing this F4 and again freezing the row number, that is 13. So I want to fix the range of row, that is from second row to 13, but this will change. That way you can do that. Then putting the comma, and what I want to check criteria is unsatisfied, right? Pressing or closing the bracket, pressing the enter. It is giving us 2. Is it clear? Ma'am, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Clear. Thank you.
Yeah. Now I'm dragging it. I should drag it till here only, right? Is it clear? I hope to everyone now. May I move further?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, suppose if I want to drag my formula from here to here, but it is giving me 0. Why? You can find here. You can see in this particular range, unsatisfied is there, but still the formula is not working. So what you need to do? You need to again come to your formula and you need to check it. So the problem is with what? Can anyone tell me? This particular row column selection is okay, but the problem
Because
is
you have freezed the row.
Column.
Column, yes, you have freezed the column, that's why.
okay. So okay. So I think anyone else?
Column change.
Okay, just a minute.
Column
So
B,
you-
B change over. B number. A आना चाहिए वहाँ पे.
Okay, you need to see here again. I'm showing you. You can see the column is correct. It is C2 to C13. There is no problem with this, but the problem with the criteria. Criteria B15
Criteria
means
column. Yeah.
this.
Criteria
That means
is given in A column.
yes. So again, what you need to do? You can come here and you can use the F4, and that way you can freeze this, and then pressing enter. Again, just a minute. You need to freeze only A and not this. Yeah. And then now dragging here to here. Is it correct now?
Yes,
Clear
ma'am.
to everyone? May I proceed?
No, madam. Can you repeat, madam?
Okay. So, sir, what I did, I came back to the first product category. And what I did in the formula bar, you can see, I have fixed the A column. I have fixed because these conditions are available in the A column only, right? So you need to fix A now. Number would be changed from A15, A16, A17. So I cannot put the $sign before 15. I can put the $sign before the A only because I want to fix the column. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, when you will come to this, you can again check formula is working properly. Now it is A16, then A17, A18, and A19. Similarly, when I'm coming here, it is showing me A15, right? So when I'll drag this, it is showing me A16, A17, A18, and A19. I hope it is clear to all now.
Yeah, madam. Now it's clear.
So now I am dragging till the last product, and that way I have calculated the frequencies for all the various categories. That means this is what? This is your frequency distribution calculation which we have made here. I hope it is clear to all. May I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So here I'm using the
Yes,
equal
ma'am.
sign. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Using the equal sign, using the sum function, providing the range, closing the bracket, it is giving me sum. So it is quite clear in this particular column, we were having only 11 observations. One was empty. So the sum is coming as 11. And then I can drag it to the last product. Okay, done. I hope it is clear to all. May I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, madam.
Yes. Now we will see how we can calculate the formula. Give me a second. I need to increase its size. I hope the size is okay, visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now we will calculate the percentages for these categories. So you can see what I did. I have copy pasted the whole sheet, that the whole second number sheet. This particular sheet I have copy pasted here, right? Now these categories, these calculations we have already made in the previous sheet. Now to calculate the percentages, what you need to do. So I have already made these calculations. I'm removing this. Yeah. Suppose I want to calculate how many percent of the respondents falling to the very unsatisfied category. So here I am putting the equal sign. The total number are, or total people are 15 divided by total. I hope it is clear to all. Percent calculation is, I think, easier for everyone, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I have pressed the equal sign. Now, once I will drag the same formula here, will I get the same answer? Will I get the correct answer? Yes or no?
No.
Yes. The reason is, once I'll do this, you can see it is giving us the problem, because now your denominator become the B21, and in B21 there is no value available. So that means in your formula you need to come here and you need to fix the 20.
Total value.
Yes.
B20.
Yes.
B20.
Yes. Correct. Then you can calculate the formula for the remaining categories. Fine. So here using, I hope it is visual, this particular ribbon is visible, and in this particular ribbon you can find here the percent sign is coming. So I am pressing this percent sign. This way it will show us all the percentages, right? And then equal sum and select the entire range and then press enter. So it is 100%. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, to save our time. Is values already we have counted. Yes. So same, I can drag the formula here, right? Similarly, percent calculation is done. Is it fine?
Yes, outstanding, madam.
Okay. Now, using this, you can make your reports also. How you can do that? For that, you can see I have already made here one more worksheet named as report. So I'm deleting it so that I explain you from the initial point. So what I can do here, I want to copy. I am copying all these 6 product ranges. Control C. I have pressing the right click, and then you can see paste options. In paste option, this is a transpose option. So using this, when a sheet, the arrangement of these categories was in the row. Using the transpose, I have arranged these all categories in, sorry, arrangement was in the column. Using the transpose, I have made the arrangement in the rows. Is it clear to all?
Yeah, madam.
Yeah. Now coming to from here, again pressing Control C, coming to report here. What happened? Just a minute, I don't know, it is not responding properly. What happened to it? Now pressing the right click, again using this transpose, you can see I have copied all the various categories here. I hope it is clearly visible to all. I need to
Yes.
increase its size. Just a minute.
Increase the size.
Yeah, I'm
Increase.
increasing. Give me a second. Yeah, I hope it is visible now, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, coming here, as you can see, all the unsatisfied percentages are in the row, and I want to bring them in the column. So that means again, I need to do the transpose of this. So I am one by one, I will do this. I am copying. No, I think we can do it. Maybe I need to check this whether I can perform together or not. So first column, coming here, right click, and then if I'll go for transpose, just a minute. We need to copy the values first, just a minute. See, I'm copying the complete range, Control C. Coming to the report, right click, and then find the values problem. Okay, Control C. One by one, it is allowing me to do. I don't know why together we cannot perform.
Ma'am,
Just
ma'am, it might be because of that percentage, because each cell, the general format of integer, or it might be
yes.
misplaced.
No, you can see one single value I have copied and pasted here. It happened. There is no problem. Just a minute. Give me a second. Again, I right click, and then yes, it is okay. Fine. So what you need to do, I am copying the control range, coming here, right clicking here, and then using this 1, 2, 3. That is, I am copying all the values here. Done. Then it is clear to all. And then what you can do, you can then again copy this entire range and then come here and then right click, and using the transpose, you can transpose the figures, and then you can click here on the percentage.
Because of change of the sheet, madam.
No, sir, it is not because of that. Sometimes it happens with my computer only.
Okay.
Yes. Now it is correct, right? There is a problem with my system only, sir. Otherwise, there is no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's
that
all-
way, yes. So that way we can, the highest percentage is 36%. So that means 36% of the people are very satisfied with the product one. So likewise, using this particular thing, you can write your interpretations also. Is it clear? May I move further now?
Definitely.
Yeah. Now, using this particular thing, you can also create your charts also. So say, for example, if suppose I have selected my data, going to the insert, using suppose this bar, maybe the stacked bar or something, you can see we have created the chart also. So depending upon you, what type of chart you want to create using your data. So that way you can create your charts also. So this is because this is about the cleaning of your data and performing the percent analysis and finding the missing value in the data set. So now may I proceed further with the other part of Excel?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So suppose I will come to the first thing, copying this whole table. Yes. I hope copy and paste. There was no much big thing I have performed here. I have only copied my first sheet to the new sheet. Done. Now I let you know how you can code your data. So generally coding is not a big task, but still I'll let you know how you can code your data. So you need to select the complete range. And if you are having the same type of category, in that case, you need to select the complete sheet or the complete categories. Otherwise, you need to go one by one. Right. So here you can see the same 5-point Likert scale. So for the purpose, I have selected this particular range. Now pressing Control F from my keyboard, I am satisfied. Now I want to replace this with 5. Is it fine?
Okay,
Audible? Yes.
Very fine.
Yes. You can press here the replace all. That way it is showing the total. Now deleting the vary, giving the replacement value as 4. Now again replacing all. It is showing us 39 replacements were done. Then coming to and giving this particular category as 1. We couldn't find anything to replace. Click OK. Okay, we made a mistake just a minute. And the mistake was because Excel has found the satisfied also, right? So that is why it has replaced very and satisfied with the 4. So what you need to do here, firstly, you need to replace a very unsatisfied with the 1, and then we will go for the satisfied. So here I'm replacing all very unsatisfied. 11 replacements were done. Coming here. Now using unsatisfied, writing 2, replacing all, 4 replacements done. Now satisfied 4, replace all, 24 replacements, and lastly the replace all, equal, and then close. So this way all the replacements were made by the Excel for us. Is it clearly visible and clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
For the purpose of the analysis, I am taking here one more variable, and here I am writing 1. Yes, sir.
Here, which one is the dependent variable and one is the independent variable in this chart?
Okay, Pushparaj sir, it would be depending upon what type of hypothesis or what type of objectives you have set here. So for the purpose, to make you clear that, you can see here I have taken one more variable, that is gender I have taken here. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Now, 1 indicating the male, 2 indicating the female. This is what I have done here. Now, suppose I want to perform descriptive statistics. And so for the purpose, suppose I have collected one more variable here, that is the income of the respondents. And maybe I have asked the monthly income of the respondents. And I am taking some fictitious figures here. So do not think these are the actual figures. So I have taken few of the monthly incomes that I have taken by my own. These are the fictitious figures I have taken to explaining you the other things. So these are the data. This is the data set we are having, right? Now what I want to do here, now I want to firstly summarize my data. So to summarize our data, we can perform the descriptive statistics, right? So how you can do that? So here, either there are various functions available. For example, I am having the average function. You can find this. I can select the range of the particular variable. For that, I want to find the average. So you can find here the average income of this particular sample is this. Now suppose I want to find the standard deviation. So what I did, again I want to find the standard deviation of income. So like this. Then I want to find the median of this income variable. So using this we can find. Similarly, I want to find the maximum salary of this income. So it is the maximum salary. Then the minimum salary of this variable, or the minimum income of the range is 18,000. Now suppose if I want to find the range, so range is what? It is the difference of maximum and the minimum. So this way it would give us the range. Suppose I have written here, this is the average, this is the standard deviation, this was the median salary, or sorry, median income, this was the maximum income, this was the minimum, and this was the range. Is it clear? So these are the basic formulae functions you can use by your own. Otherwise,
Right.
Any doubts, sir?
No, madam. No, madam.
Yes.
Right.
So now we will move further and we'll see, as I have talked about the data analysis tool pack in Excel. So firstly, you need to add that tool pack in the Excel to work with Excel. So how you can add that? So those who are new for the data analysis tool pack in Excel, they can note down the steps. The first step is you need to go to the file menu. Then you can go to the options. Then you can click on the add-ins. Then under this, at the bottom, under this manage, you need to select the Excel add-ins. Then you can press the go. From this add-ins box, you need to only click on this analysis tool pack. And once you will check this box, you need to press OK. So once you will press OK, under this data tab, you can find this data analysis tool pack. Is it fine?
Madam, can you repeat, madam?
Can you repeat again?
Go to the file menu. Then choose options. Fine, sir? Okay, fine. May I repeat?
Yeah, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then in this add-ins, when you will click on this add-ins, under this manage, at the bottom you can find manage. Under this, you need to select the Excel add-ins. And then you need to press go. Fine.
Yeah, madam.
Then in this add-ins box, you need to only check the first checkbox, analysis tool pack. And then you can press OK. Fine. May I close this?
Yes, madam.
Yes. So once you will perform this particular process under this data tab, you can find at the right hand side, extreme right hand side, data analysis added. This is the analysis tool pack added by the Excel. Fine.
Okay, madam.
Okay. So shall I proceed now with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now what you need to do, you can click on the data analysis option. Once you will click on that, you would be able to find the data analysis dialog box, right? Under this, by default, descriptive statistics is selected by Excel. So firstly, I let you know how you can perform this. So you can select this descriptive statistics and then you can press OK. So may I press OK?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, madam.
Yeah. Once you will press OK, now you can see it is asking you give the input range. So suppose I want to find the descriptive statistics for my income variable. So what I did, I have selected the whole column for the income. That way I have passed here the range. Now you can see it is asking us whether your data is grouped by column or row. So it is quite visible. Data is arranged in a column. So that way by default option is column. That is why we are not making any changes here. Now, next is labels in the first row. Yes, we have selected our data including the label, right? So that is why I am checking this box. If you are selecting your data from the main observation or from the main data points, in that case, you do not need to check this checkbox. Is it fine?
Yes.
Then it is asking you the output options, means where we want to see our output. So first option is output range. That means in the same sheet, at whatever cell, you will give the address of whatever cell, it will generate the output of your analysis there. New worksheet fly means if you want to generate your output in the new worksheet, it will add a new worksheet to give you the output of the analysis. If you want to see your output all together in a new workbook, Excel will open a new workbook with the output of the analysis you have performed your data. So I am going here with the first point. I want to generate my output here only. So for the purpose, suppose I have given the reference of the blank cell where I want to generate the output. Coming to the next, summary statistics. Yes, we want to see the summary statistics. Confidence level of the means by default is 95%. Generally, this is the by default percent. If you want to make any changes, you can select the checkbox, and that way it would be activated. You may make changes in this, but I do not want to make any changes in this. Kth largest, by default it will give you the first largest, that is the maximum value. K the smallest, that is the minimum value. Suppose if you want to see the second highest figure or the second smallest figure, that way you can check the box and you can make the changes here. So this would all means this is all about this particular descriptive statistics. After that, you can press OK to generate the output. So once I'll press OK, we can see here it is giving us the output. It is showing us the mean income is this, standard error of the mean is this, median is this, mode is this, standard deviation is this, sample variance, kurtosis, skewness. These two are very important for the normality checking of the data, whether your data is normally distributed or not. So using these two statistics, you can understand data is normally distributed or not. For the perfect normal distribution, kurtosis and skewness should be 0, right? But here you can see both are negative. That means your data is negatively skewed, but the skewness value is very, this magnitude is very small. Kurtosis is also negative. So generally there are threshold value, we can say, because it is very hard in the real world to get a perfect or the zero kurtosis or zero skewness data. So in that case, we need to have some threshold value. Say for example, plus minus 2. Most of the researchers consider if your kurtosis and skewness is in between plus minus 2, in that case, you can call that your data is approximately normally distributed. This is the range, that is the difference of maximum and the minimum. Total of the salary is this and total observations are 12. So this way you can calculate the descriptive statistic for your data. You can summarize your data set. Further, talking about hypothesis testing, although this is not the agenda of the day, but still I'll give you a small glimpse of this particular thing, how you can do that. So say for example, we are having two variables, gender and income, and I want to see whether the gender and income are, means whether is there any or whether if there is any significant difference in the mean salary of male and female. So 1 for male, 2 for female. So again there is a problem. I'll show you why. Because this is not the SPSS. So for the Excel purpose, the format of data should be different. What should be the format of your data? I'll show you here. So here you need to write all the salaries of male and all the salaries of female. So your data arrangement for applying any statistical tool in Excel is little different from the SPSS, right? So here 1 you can find here. So what I am doing here, I am coming to home using this filter option. Now selecting all the 1, pressing OK. Here I am writing it is 35,000, 18,000. I think I need to check may I copy or not. There is some problem. One figure is not taken.
Not be copied, madam.
Yes, we cannot copy. I need to type only, so I'm typing. And then 25,000. Right. Coming again, using the filter. Now this time selecting the 2, that is for female. So pressing OK. Now writing 20,000, 25,000, 32,000, 20,000, 35,000, and lastly 36,000. Done. Now setting it as it is. Yes. Now I can make changes. What the problem? Copy pasting has created problem. Just a minute. Yes, it is correct. Now 35, 18, 32, correct. 20, double time it is coming. I need to remove one. 25 is coming 2 times. Yes. Yeah. Done. Is it fine? Now you can count total over the 12, and here we are having 6 and 6. Is it fine? Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, how you can perform the, suppose I am making my hypothesis here. So, sir, I think I don't know who was asking about the dependent and independent variable. So here we can say that the gender would be an independent variable and income is the dependent variable. So we can write here, there is no significant difference in the, I think this problem is with the spelling. Please ignore it. Difference in the mean income of males and females. Is it fine? Is it fine with everyone?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So whenever we want to see the significant difference, in that case, generally we are interested to perform the t-test. So for the purpose, you can go to the data menu, you can use data analysis, and then you can scroll down to the bottom and you can find there are various t-tests available, paired samples, food samples, assuming equal variances and assuming unequal variances. So two t-test paired sample is a case, means for a particular sample we are collecting data 2 times. So that way this is not the case. Here we want to apply the 2 sample test only. In that case, we are not knowing what is the variance of these 2 groups. In that case, you can either go with the unequal variances and then press OK. Once you will press OK, it is asking you the range of your data. So I am giving the range of the first data point of first group, then I am giving the range of the second group. Hypothesize mean you cannot, if you do not want to write anything, you can leave it blank also, or you can enter 0 also. Coming to the labels, yes, I think I have collected the data using the selected the data using the labels. So for the purpose, I'm checking this labels box. Alpha, that is the level of significance, is 5%. If you want to make changes, that you can do. Coming to the output range, I want to generate my output here only. So I am giving the blank cell here and then pressing OK. You can see we are getting the results. Right? Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You can see mean for the male, mean income of the male is 27,666.67. Females mean income is 28,000. Variance of the income for both the groups, 6 observations were there. Mean hypothesized mean we ourselves has entered there. Degrees of freedom were 10. T stat means this would be your calculated T value, which is minus 0.0766. Now, if you want to this is your calculated value. Generally, you can compare this value with the two-tailed critical value. So when we will compare these 2 figures, we can easily understand that the T stat, that is calculated value of T, is less than the critical value. So that way you can write the T cal is less than T critical. So if this is the case, you will not reject your null hypothesis. That means you can conclude that there is no significant difference in the mean income of male and female. Also, if you want to compare or your results, or if you want to make decision using the p-value, that also you can do. So you can see here the p-value is 0.94. So your p is greater than your alpha value, that is 0.05. So again, it is indicating that you cannot reject your null hypothesis, and that way again you can conclude that there is no significant difference in the mean income of male and female. So that way you can perform various kind of analysis also using the Excel. So I think this is all from my side for the day. So far, if you have any queries, you can ask.
Participants, if you have any doubts, you can ask, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a wonderful session.
Good evening, ma'am. Chanchala ma'am, you presented your Excel document so beautifully that even while reading, I don't get that much of clarity which I got through your hand-holding style. Keep it up, man. And thanks to the other RFI people also, man. Very nice it is. Very
Thank you
useful
so
for my
much, sir.
research work.
Thank
Thanks a
you,
lot,
sir.
man. Have
Thank
a nice
you.
day.
Very informative and very practical and excellent, madam, presentation.
Thank you so much, sir.
Really,
Thank you,
we are
Tapas,
very
sir.
grateful to you personally, madam, and RFI team for arranging this.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am, it is really very useful. Actually, we need to practice that, then only will have some problems. Actually,
Obviously.
and this session will come to know that, okay, these types of things we can do. And sure, we'll do practice while analyzing our, that you can say that paper or thesis and all. So it's really, it's very helpful. Thank you very much. And thank you the entire team who arranged this.
Good evening and thank you very much, madam,
Thank you, Adinath, sir. Thank you,
for
everyone.
your
Thank
nice
you.
presentation.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. Actually, today I had my exam also. And I came at 5 only from my exam. I was not that much prepared, but I hope God, with the God's grace, I have presented my session today. Thank you to the God and every one of you, those who are appreciating me for this session. Thank you so much.
It's your
Thank you.
commitment, madam. Thank you so much.
In that
Thank you
exam,
so
I
much.
had valuation of the answer scripts of my MBA students. I was
Okay.
valuing till 5 o'clock. We had
Okay.
MBA entrance this morning, so the essay writing was there. So some 60-70 scripts were there. So I took online only it was. So I just
Okay.
valued completely.
Madam, can you send your email ID?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, I am writing my mail ID in the chat box.
Okay. Thank you
Thank you
so much.
once again, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have heard about the what if analysis and all in Excel. Is it required for the research and all?
Usually not, ma'am, but sometimes it happens for transformation of the data. Sometimes it can helpful for us, but usually not at all useful. Not much useful, I must say.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, all the participants, and thank you, ma'am. In spite of busy schedule and tight schedule, you have done a very good job, ma'am. It's like very informative and enriching session. Thank you, ma'am, once again. And thank you, all the participants. Tomorrow we'll meet at the same time for day 5 session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Renuka, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Happy learning
Thank
to
you,
all
ma'am.
from my side. This is all from my side.
Thank you.
I think may I leave now, right, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Ajay sir, are you there?